We have been living here now for a week since that night of which we have not yet spoke of. I know I'm not the only one who saw and felt something. Danielle too has been acting off. She is a strong girl, and I know she won't openly admit if something scared her or if she feels vulnerable. I'm now planning on getting out of the house. Well, Danielle and I. Just for the weekend. I didn't really want to go on my own, and well, Tyler is a routine girl. She wanted to get a head start on her studies. And well, her photos. She's doing photography and it can really occupy her, especially the organisation side to it, with her portfolio and all. So it's Friday already. I've packed a few things myself, and Danielle has had Henry pack hers. He has since moved in with us to some extent, and he will be watching Rolo and the house. However, I don't think he'll manage more than getting stoned and playing Crash Bandicoot, after probably inviting one of his mates over. Danielle writes him out a chore list and, of course, a routine for Rolo, and leaves it on the fridge for him.
Henry's evening.
Danielle and Hannah have left off, and Tyler has either locked herself up in her room or she's out. I'm not really sure. I throw down Dark Side of the Moon and roll up a fat one. Then I will start looking around for my PS1. Tonight will be a crash marathon with my jolly pal Harry. Harry is a mate from work and one of the boys, or a bad influence like Danielle always tells me, but hey, what does she know? Is a diamond geezer and sets a sweet bong. I find my PS1 and plug it in, finishing off my spliff before I'm interrupted by several loud knocks at the door. Obviously it's Harry, so I make my way over to the front door to let him in. I pull the door open to find no one there, only the rain. I close the door, and the house now seems quieter than before. I get my phone out to give him a text, when I suddenly hear a loud bang at the door. Remembering I didn't lock it, I call out, thinking, well, it's Harry. Oi, stop being a knob and come in. As I walk into the other room, I hear the door open, but the idiot doesn't close it. I call out to him, Harry, close the door. Nothing. Silence. I make my way back to the front door. It's wide open. No wind. Only the cold, sharp rain and the dark of the night. I feel my phone vibrate in my pocket. It's Harry.
Where are you?
I ask him. He replies quickly.
On my way to yours. Be about 10 minutes, mate.
I feel a cold shiver ripple down my spine. The heavy weight amasses on my shoulders and tightening my chest. It's then the front door slams shut. From that moment, time continued to drag like an eternity, feeling my heartbeat accelerating. I take a step back, drawing a deep breath, when suddenly a sharp pain strikes and burns my side like a hot poker melting into my skin. I felt like I was burning holding onto my side. The sensation knocked the breath out of me and drove a combination of shock and fear throughout my body, numbing my senses. All sound around me, the rain outside faded, and I felt my vision start to blur before I was brought back to reality by several knocks at the door and a familiar voice. "Henry, you knob jockey, let me in. He's chucking it down." I gather myself, trying to hide what I was feeling, what happened. Shaking it off, opening the door to Harry. I welcome the cascading rain, the stiffening cold, and that smug grin of his as he walks in, already with a beer in hand. "What's up with you? You look like you shit yourself," he said, laughing. I didn't explain what happened and just laughed it off. After all, it would only develop or transition into something like a comical ammunition in his mind, I guess. After closing the door behind us, we made our way into the lounge. We cracked open a couple of beers, smoked, and played some Crash. Shortly after that, Harry interrupted, asking what it was that had me all bothered. I reluctantly explained to him what I thought or what I felt happened. He wouldn't think of me as a idiot. At least I hoped. "So what, you think Casper is on a mission to scare you shitless? Come on, mate, you know what it is. Has Danielle and the girls been making you watch all those scary stories again? You know, you don't do too well with all those scary movies, do you?" Again he started laughing. I argued with him, feeling my face growing red. I know he isn't the empathetic type, but I thought he would show a little consideration. But it only led to me getting pissed off. So I headed off upstairs and to the bathroom.
Harry's prank.
I start by looking around for somewhere to hide and jump out on him. I walk round until I come across an old door, maybe leading to the basement. So I found where to go. Now I just need to find a mask or something to scare him with. Looking around, I manage to find a black sack. I place it over my forehead and make my way over to that door. As I put my hand on the door handle, I get a cold chill. Must be a window open or something. I open it and a breath of old dust and musk assaults my sinus. I enter the room, which is basically a platform leading to an L-shaped wood staircase. I flick on the light switch. Not because I'm scared, but so I don't end up falling. Then I turn to the door, close it quietly as I hear Henry working the sink upstairs. He should be down in just a minute, I think to myself. I stand in silence until I hear a raspy breathing behind me, and I immediately freeze. Literally. My breathing stifled. I begin to slowly turn, when the black sack on my head is forcibly pulled down over my face and tight enough to send me into a state of panic. I feel sharp, hot spikes piercing every inch of my torso. Unable to breathe, to run, I stumble backwards into the darkness with a violent crunch.
Tyler's return.
I take my phone out of my jacket pocket. I answer to Henry crying to me to come home, asking me where I am. He's terrified, confused. He's not himself at all. Not much later I get back to the house. Henry sitting on the doorstep, with Rolo on his lap. Dried tears stained his cheeks. His eyes are sore and dilated. He suddenly realises I'm in front of him and grabs hold of me, hugging tight. After a few moments, I manage to calm him down, but he's still insecure about entering the house. I ask him what happened. He just looks at me with an empty expression. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Eventually, the three of us make our way back in the house. Following Rolo, I suddenly feel like I'm not in my own house, and I'm a guest. No, not a guest. I feel uninvited. Hey horror fans, I hope you enjoyed listening to that one. That'll be part 2 of the now ongoing series. I hope you're enjoying it so far. If so, please let me know in the comments below, or if you have any suggestions on what you might like to see happen in the following coming up episodes. If you haven't already subscribed, then please do so we can keep you up to date on content. Also, be sure to click that like button, and as always, share the content and the scares. And as ever, I wish you guys sweet nightmares.